It has been a rather newsworthy month in the world of professional wrestling, now hasn't it? The announcement of AEW, multiple superstars such as The Revival, Mike, Maria Kanellis requesting their releases, PW Insider coming out with the fact that Dolph Ziggler turned down an offer as a producer. Dolph Ziggler could be on his way out too. With Lars Sullivan leaving due to his anxiety attacks, and the WWE building towards the Royal Rumble by taking out Braun Strowman and inserting Finn Balor. All this, and the road to WrestleMania hasn't even officially started yet. I got some interesting topics to talk about, all as they relate to the Wrestling Observer newsletter. And I'm going to start off with something that's not really too much, not really too big, but a little insurance as to where a certain tag team has been. First things first, I'm going to introduce myself. If you didn't already know by now, I'm the one and only DJ Storms, okay? You know what they call me? They call me Mr. Controversy and the operator of the best damn Twitter handle known to mankind, if you don't already know. I am the greatest fucking wrestling analyst on the face of the planet, the greatest wrestling YouTuber known to mankind. So much more, they call me. But this is just a little interesting news video. I'm sorry that the Lightning Flash update couldn't get uploaded. I don't know what's wrong with YouTube. I don't know what's wrong with my laptop. Hopefully it's fixed. Hopefully it's fixed. Depends on if this video goes up. Happy Sunday. Happy early Martin Luther King Jr. Day as well to the members of the DJ Storms posse. I'm at 183 subs. Trying to get to 200 by the Rumble. Can we do it? We got a week. Can we do it? A little bit more promotion and a little bit more exposure could very well get me to 200 by the Royal Rumble. But anyway, let's talk about wrestling. All my topics nowadays, or most of my topics nowadays, comes from Dave Meltzer. My first topic we got over here is the fact that the Authors of Pain have been off TV for a while. Well, I got news that former Raw Tag Team Champion Akam of the Authors of Pain has been sidelined with a leg injury, according to Dave Meltzer. This is why AOP haven't been on TV in recent weeks. Their last appearance was at a live event the day after Christmas where they faced off against Bobby Roode and Chad Gable for the Raw Tag Team titles. So if you're wondering where AOP is, that's where AOP have been. He said that he could very well be out for a couple of months, so we could very well not see Akam at all until after WrestleMania. We could possibly have 4 or 5 months without the Authors of Pain. Not that it really matters because WWE fucking ruined them, just like they did every other person that came up from NXT. But regardless, I'm not going to get too much into that because my second topic is actually the one that I'm going to talk about the most. And then my third topic has to do with Lars Sullivan. So, the second topic that I got going here. The Wrestling Observer newsletter says that none of the stars that requested their releases are expected to have them granted. And on top of that, PW Insider confirmed that Mike Kanellis actually requested his release a few weeks earlier before the report actually came out, and he was denied right on the spot. Now, people are wondering, and actually, also, before I say what I need to say, also, there were reports going up and down Twitter that the Revival were actually told by WWE, give us 3 months to change. So, if you see the Revival at WrestleMania 35 winning the Raw Tag Team titles, then you know why it's happening. Yeah, I guarantee all these people are going to get tons of pushes, so that way they are not in a position where they feel like they have to walk out. But everyone's wondering, why is WWE doing this? Simple. They're afraid. They're afraid of AEW. And you know why they're afraid of AEW? There's one thing why they're afraid of AEW. Money. AEW has money. I mean, for Christ's sakes, guy that owns the Jacksonville Jaguars is basically pretty much buddy-buddy with them. So you know that, well, all the people that tried to compete with WWE in the past, like TNA and WCW and all those other people, they didn't have the almighty dollar to back them up. Guy's basically a billionaire owning the Jacksonville Jaguars. You got this guy down in Florida. They're going to be in Florida. Going to get a television station. There you go. AEW is pretty much set in stone that AEW is going to pretty much take it to WWE right out the gate. Even though I don't think they should, I think that AEW is pretty much going to attack WWE right out the gate, and WWE is going to have a hard time competing with AEW because AEW knows that there are so many people in the WWE that are frustrated. There's so many people in the WWE that are frustrated because of one reason and one reason only. Because WWE is not utilizing them correctly. Revival. Ziggler. Mike Kanellis. Sasha Banks. You think it's coincidental that Sasha Banks is all of a sudden getting a match with Ronda Rousey? The reason why more people and more wrestlers are going to gravitate towards AEW is because of the fact that AEW is offering creative control. Now, the reason why AEW is offering creative control because most of the people that they've already signed to AEW, some of them were part of WWE, aka Pac, also known as Neville. But Pac, he was a victim of WWE's bad booking. He was a victim of WWE's shitty creative and underutilization. He has creative control. He can write his own stuff, and he'll be able to get over. Speaking of which, you want to talk about shitty creative? I was even told by one of my production crew members that Cody Rhodes told a story one time where he met a room of 20 production crew writers, and only 4 of them actually did any work. 4 of them were working day and night, working their ass off to write good storylines, and the other 16 were just coasting. They were just getting by. They sat there, and they were pretty much lazy. Now, for all we know, the writing crew in the WWE could be very good, but Vince McMahon always has to put his input on everything that they're doing. Very few people have creative control. The reason why so many people want creative control is because the creative team and the production team and everyone else that is involved in management, aside from Triple H, has taken the superstar and absolutely ruined it. Andrade. I was even told that by I even read up on Andrade's push, and that's basically because of the fact that WWE feels Andrade is going to request his release. There was a report not that long ago that Andrade was unhappy with his position in WWE. So those requests for releases by the Revival and Mike and Maria Kanellis caused WWE to take action and put Andrade in a major feud with Rey Mysterio, and we got a 2 out of 3 falls match with Andrade and Rey Mysterio in just 2 days on SmackDown. These people want creative control because they have been absolutely ruined and buried by the WWE. So, of course, the Revival is going to go to AEW. They could very well walk out for all we know. Mainly because of the fact that the Raw creative team has absolutely fucked the Revival over. And I don't want to hear anyone come at me saying, oh, but the Revival were injured for the majority of 2017. Yeah, they were. I'm not denying that, but the point is, WWE did nothing to help the Revival gain that momentum back. WWE did nothing to put the Revival in major storylines, give them more wins, put them in 15, 20-minute tag team matches where they could steal the show and actually gain a bigger fan base, gain a bigger following, gain some momentum, become over. Instead, they put the Revival in meaningless 5-minute tag team matches, or they left them in catering some weeks. The WWE did nothing and put no effort into the Revival. The Revival's been healthy for over a year. The Revival's been healthy, no injuries, no problems, for over a year. What was stopping the WWE from putting some effort into the Revival and actually building their momentum back up that they lost? It was not the Revival's fault that they lost all their momentum due to injury. Injuries are part of the game. You come into the business, injuries are going to occur. Same thing with Balor. It's not Balor's fault that he lost all his momentum. When you come into the business, injuries are going to occur. But WWE did not put any effort into these guys. They didn't put any resources into these guys. They did nothing but let these guys coast and coast and coast and pretty much be forgotten. You want to talk about the Forgotten Sons? You might as well rename the Revival the Forgotten Sons, because everyone forgot what the Revival are really capable of. And WWE has themselves to blame because they absolutely just wasted the Revival away and didn't do anything to help them. It didn't help that after WrestleMania 34, WWE pretty much deemed the tag team division worthless. There was even a report that came out after WrestleMania that WWE pretty much gave up on tag team wrestling. Mike Kanellis. WWE screwed up Mike Kanellis in two ways. Number one, they gave him a shitty gimmick. You really expect this power of love shit to get over in 2018? Sure. And on top of that, they didn't send him to NXT. Mike Kanellis was a decent wrestler. But ultimately, there was so many people in Impact that was outshining him. Guys like EC3 and the Broken Hardys and Decay. There was, and who else? And Moose. And Matt Sydal. So many people were outshining him. I mean, yeah, he was a decent wrestler. Yeah, he had a decent gimmick with the Miracle gimmick with his wife. But ultimately, when he came to WWE with little to no buzz around him, WWE made the mistake of not letting him go out there with the Miracle gimmick, because I don't understand what was wrong with the Miracle gimmick. You could have easily done something with the Miracle gimmick. And then you put him on 205 Live, and 205 Live, it's been the same thing as Impact. There's too many guys on 205 Live outshining Mike Kanellis. Guys like Cedric Alexander, Buddy Murphy, Hideo Itami, the Lucha House Party. I mean, where are you going to find room? Where are you going to find room for Mike Kanellis? Even on NXT. You realize that after NXT TakeOver Orlando in 2017, 2 months later, Mike Kanellis debuted at Money in the Bank, 2017. There was a lot of stars during that time period that left. Elias left. Shinsuke Nakamura left. Ty Dillinger left. The Revival left. All these people were leaving NXT after NXT TakeOver Orlando. So, what was really stopping WWE from sending Mike Kanellis to NXT during that period between NXT TakeOver Orlando and NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 3? What was stopping WWE from putting Mike Kanellis in the middle of that and helping Mike Kanellis grow as a wrestler? You could have put the Miracle gimmick in there. He could have been the next Bobby Roode. He could have been a great heel. He could have been a great cocky heel. But WWE didn't do that for whatever reason. And then forget about Dolph Ziggler. I don't even need to explain Dolph Ziggler. The guy had one of the greatest, if not the greatest, cash-ins in WWE history, and they basically said, nah, we don't believe in Dolph Ziggler. Gave the title back to Del Rio, and pretty much let Dolph Ziggler waste away. You know that these guys want out. But WWE's not going to give it to them because why? They're going to go to AEW. They're going to sign with these big contracts. They're going to get creative freedom, and they're going to develop their craft, and they're going to become better, and they're going to receive bigger and better reactions, and they're going to be happy and get paid. Over here, they're just getting paid. They're not happy. Money is not everything. That's what a lot of people don't get. Money is not everything. These people are passionate about their work. The Revival, passionate about their work. Ziggler, passionate about their work. Sasha Banks, passionate about her work. And if they're not getting the opportunities that they deserve, you have, like, how many brands now? You got Raw, SmackDown, 205 Live, NXT, and NXT UK. And if you can't give these superstars the opportunity that they have worked hard for, then what the fuck are you doing? I don't really understand how WWE has all these different brands, WWE has all this talent, and WWE doesn't know how to use them. Triple H, you take a look at Triple H on NXT, he has a plan for everyone, right down to the jobbers he has a plan for. They're letting people go out there, wrestle, get over with the odds. I mean, fucking Humberto Carrillo got over in a match with Johnny Gargano. He put Humberto Carrillo on 205 Live as well. You're giving Humberto opportunities. Triple H has given people more opportunities than Vince could ever give on Monday Night Raw. For fuck's sake, Triple H revived Buddy Murphy's career. If you need any more reason why Triple H should take over the company, look at Buddy Murphy. Look at Buddy Murphy. Look at Mustafa Ali. Mustafa Ali was pretty much overlooked. And then Triple H takes over 205 Live. Buddy Murphy and Mustafa Ali have had some of the best matches of 2018. And then Mustafa Ali gets moved up to SmackDown. WWE has themselves to blame for the fact that they have absolutely fucked over, they've ruined these talents, they've pretty much overlooked them, and now they want to be nice just because AEW was coming around with creative control and big money contracts. WWE needs to learn to get it right the first time. Care about the people that you have. Treasure the talent that you have. Use them correctly so that way we won't have to result in this. Andrade Cien Almas should have already been United States champion. I don't understand why he isn't. Finn Balor should be a multi-time champion. I don't understand why he isn't. Revival should be multi-time tag team champions. Sasha Banks should have at least had a 100-day reign as women's champion. I don't understand why she hasn't. It really is frustrating. And you know something? I guarantee you that these guys, if they do not see change sooner rather than later, they're going to walk out. And you know something? I wish they do walk out. They're probably... Mike Kanellis, he's probably going to walk out. Ziggler, probably going to walk out. Revival depends on what WWE does with them. Because WWE, I guarantee, has no plans to keep Ziggler around. He just turned down an offer to be a producer. Mike Kanellis, what are you going to do with Mike Kanellis? He'll probably have one match with Humberto Carrillo on 205 Live and then dip. Revival will most likely be tag team champions by WrestleMania if this keeps up. Watch Finn Balor. Watch this. You know, Triple H is saying that he's building towards Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins. I guarantee you that if Finn Balor is being put in this position, I would not be surprised if WWE gives the title to Finn Balor. And I want Finn Balor to be Universal Champions. I've been looking forward to this match for a year now. This is a match that I've been anticipating for a long, long time. Why? Because Finn Balor is such an over babyface. Finn Balor, literally, you could build a brand around Finn Balor. You could build any brand in your company around Finn Balor. He's been on a winning streak. He's got the Demon. You bring the Demon in there, the Demon versus the Beast. Look at the matches that he's had with Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles and CM Punk. He's going to do that with Balor. He could very well end up having a match of the year with Brock Lesnar. But do I expect him to win? No. You think WWE is really going to pull the trigger on Finn Balor and we're going to get Balor and Rollins at WrestleMania for the Universal title? It really is a tough choice. But I think I've ranted and raved on that enough. You get my point as it relates to that. My final report of the day has to do with Lars Sullivan. Now, as you know, Lars Sullivan, he had an anxiety attack, I believe, on Monday. And on Monday, they started having these NXT talents like Lacey Evans, Heavy Machinery, and Nikki Cross. They're having these guys show up, try and get the crowd familiar with these guys. So far, only Nikki Cross has been the only one to actually compete in a match. But they're appearing on both shows for the time being. Most likely after the Royal Rumble, they're going to have solid homes. Lars Sullivan, he was supposed to appear, but he had an anxiety attack. He had a panic attack. The reason why Lars Sullivan was in trouble is kind of similar to what happened with Enzo Amore. Because of the fact that Lars Sullivan, like Enzo Amore, did not tell WWE about this. He just left. Enzo Amore never told WWE about the rape lawsuits towards him. Enzo Amore never told WWE about the lawsuits towards him. That's why he got in trouble, and that's why he got released. Lars Sullivan never told WWE about the anxiety attacks. Now, anxiety attacks and rape lawsuits are two different things. Enzo Amore was already treading in hot water, so he was probably on his way out anyway. But Lars Sullivan has been someone that WWE, especially Vince McMahon, has had their eye on for a while. I'm hearing from the Wrestling Observer newsletter that WWE right now, supposedly, has given Lars Sullivan the option to return whenever he is ready. So, at first when I read this, I'm like, this is very unlike WWE. Mainly Vince McMahon specifically. Vince McMahon is a stubborn son of a bitch. And if you fuck up in even the littlest way, you are going to automatically fuck up your entire career. That's how it usually goes with Vince McMahon. There was even reports that Becky's having backstage heat because, management didn't like her promo on SmackDown. The people that run WWE are the pettiest motherfuckers and the most nitpicking motherfuckers I think I have ever seen. They are, without a doubt, the most stubborn bastards I have ever seen in my life. So, I don't know how true this is. I don't know how true this is, but considering that Lars has had mental health issues in the past, he does have panic attacks, he does have anxiety issues, I'm assuming, for the time being, because no other reports have come out, as I know of. No other reports have come out saying that WWE is currently mad at Lars Sullivan, or WWE has lost all faith in Lars Sullivan. When I see those reports, I'll be sure to notify you on the Lightning Flash update or on a breaking news video like this one. But for the time being, I am assuming that this is true, mainly because of the fact that there have been no other reports coming around. So, if this is true, then good on WWE. I am actually looking forward to seeing Lars debut because I want to see what Lars can do. There's been numerous matches for John Cena being thrown around, and Lars Sullivan is one of them. I mean, like, that could end up being a decent match. I mean, don't underestimate Lars Sullivan. He had a great match with Aleister Black back at TakeOver Chicago. Lars Sullivan can work. He can work. Don't underestimate him. Ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up this video. I would like to thank each and every single one of you who tuned into this video. A couple of things, guys. I want you to give me that thumbs up. Trying to move up in the world. If you're going to give me a thumbs down, pip pip the doodly doo. Do not forget to hit that subscribe button. Trying to get to 200 by the Rumble. I've been saying it and saying it and saying it. If not, we're going to try and get to 200 by WrestleMania. Maybe a little earlier, maybe Fastlane. You know, the goals, they keep on changing. Time keeps on changing, but the goals stay the same. Excuse me. I want you to drop that notifications bell with a huge acai moonsault. Why? That way you can know whenever I pop up on YouTube. Because when I pop up on YouTube, it is the best time to be on YouTube. Leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think about these reports. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you don't like. Tell me your predictions for the Royal Rumble as well. Do not forget that on February 17th, 2019, Pub 46, Clifton, New Jersey, at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Wrestling Express meetup for the Elimination Chamber. I'm going to be there. Tommy McGrogan's going to be there. Glenn Davidson's going to be there. Everyone from Wrestling Express is going to be there. Come on, meet me, meet Tommy, meet Glenn, meet Earl Cole. I hope Earl Cole's watching this. I hope Earl Cole shows up at the Wrestling Express meetup because him and me, we got to talk some business for the next live stream. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm DJ Storms. This has been a little special edition video for you guys on this Sunday afternoon. Hopefully, I will see you Friday. Actually, no, I'm not going to see you, not Friday. I might see you earlier this week. I'll probably see you on maybe Tuesday or Wednesday for the rundown for TakeOver Phoenix. And then, hopefully, I will see you on Friday for a Storm stream. But I'm not telling you who my guest is yet. And then Saturday, we got the rundown for the Royal Rumble. Busy week for me, guys. Busy weekend for me. Ladies and gentlemen, hope you enjoy. Have a good one.